Yes, people, big up. Welcome along to Aston Villa from the stands. We're here for some daily news on all things Aston Villa. And there is a shock that isn't even the title yet. Yes, there is a return of a mysterious player out of the blue, out of the darkness, into the lights. Courtney Hause has returned. Courtney Hause has returned, people. That is big breaking news coming. And we're going to discuss that story right at the start. A really feel good story, in fact. And I'm all for that. We've got an interesting story about Donyell Malen that's broken out. And do you know what? I'm not surprised about this one. I'm really not surprised about this one. I think this has an absolute merit that we're going to see in the summer carry forwards. Tyrone Mings had said some very great outspoken comments again about what he dreams of as an Aston Villa player. Is this guy going to go down in cult history as a legend? And the big Rory Wilson contract. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that Rory Wilson has got his deal done and dusted, and that is big news as well for Villa for probably longer term thinking and all that good stuff. So big up to everyone. First and foremost, get in the chat whether you're watching on replay or live and direct. Say hello. Let me know your thoughts on some of the stuff we're going to be discussing today. And most importantly, please make sure you like the stream right now. And of course, subscribe to the channel so get those likes flying up. And let's see who is joining us live tonight. And on replay, big up to, of course, the chat. And thank you to everyone who's in. Big up to Richard Edwards, of course. Big up to my mum and dad as well. Hope you are well. And of course, as well, everyone else who's tuning in. Now, let's get this straight. The return of Courtney Hause has caused an absolute storm on Twitter. Absolute storm. You're not going to believe it. Aston Villa under-21s are playing in the Birmingham Senior Cup. Yes, that really prestigious trophy that everyone knows about and cares about. But yeah, they are playing Burton Albion. And those of you who probably are from overseas have not heard of it, basically, it's a local cup in Birmingham where sometimes under-21s or Premier League sides enter. You often find teams like Brighton and Hove Albion involved in sort of like the Sussex Cup. Well, Aston Villa under-21s are involved in the Birmingham Cup. And then the team sheet dropped. And my gosh, I have never seen anything like it. This dropped on the social media platform of Twitter. And look at this. Look at this. You can see it there. Number 5, Courtney Hause or House, however you want to spell it or say it. But, you know, I'm going to call it Courtney Hause. And again, apologies if people think I'm pronouncing it wrong, but that's how I've known it. And he has returned. And that absolutely blew up the internet. That blew up the Aston Villa internet. And it's been a funny old time. And of course, when Villa internet blows up, it really blows up. People are absolutely stoked, absolutely pumped that Courtney has returned. Yes, it's the under-21s. Yes, it's only the Birmingham Senior Cup. But to see this guy back on the pitch, back on grass, back playing football, is absolute godsend and fair play to him. He's had to have a massive grind to get to where he is. And why is it such a big thing? And people are going to say, why is there such a big fuss for Courtney Hause playing an under-21 game? Well, have a look at this. I did some digging just before we came online, and have a look at this, people. The last Courtney Hause outing, I see I'm flicking between Hause and House. Let me know, actually, well, on replay, on live chat. Do you see it as Courtney House or Courtney Hause? I'm pretty sure it's Courtney Hause. The last time he played a professional game of football was the 17th of September, 2022. This is not a drill. This is not a drill. The last time Courtney Hause played a game of football was the 17th of September, 2022. We're looking at over, nearly 2 years. More than that of not playing football. And he has returned to the under-21s tonight. Now, of course, the bigger side of scale of things, there were people believing that, Courtney could have actually been in for contention of breaking back into the Villa first team when we had a massive problem in defence with injuries with Powell, with Tyrone Mings, with, of course, Conte picking up knocks. But he was not registered in our 25-man Premier League squad. He's over that age limit, so he cannot play a Premier League game. This is all about Courtney Hause just getting back to playing football in the under-21s and moving on. And as Richard Edwards has said, his contract runs out this summer. So this is his last deal. He's believed to be on a £10,000 a week contract. But what has killed Courtney Hause is an incredibly bad knee injury, followed by another setback after that knee injury. There's also been obviously rumours as well about his mental state and mental health and where he needs a bit of time. But that knee injury that he suffered completely bamboozled him, completely ruined him, and really impacted Courtney Hause going forward. But it is from a personal note on him seeing him play football, seeing him back on the pitch, we wish nothing but the best. And look, he's not a forgotten man of this Aston Villa team. If you remember John McGinn last season, when Villa finished in the top four and they had that big Aston Villa end of season awards, and McGinn did his speech, he talked about the fact that himself, Tyrone Mings, Jacob Ramsey, and then he dropped in Courtney Hause's name, were the 4 original players left who were in the Championship squad, from Championship to Champions League. And Courtney Hause got a shout out there. Courtney Hause also did a lap of honour at the end of the season. So he hasn't been left dried out as such, and clearly is still seen as one of the valuable first teamers in the change rooms. But in terms of minutes and game times, we won't see him play for Aston Villa in the future. We will only see him in this under-21 outing. And look, fair play to him to get back on the grass. As I said, 17th of September 2022. It's nearly 2.5 years over that where he's last played a competitive game of football. This will feel incredible for him. So, do you know what? Good on him. Are you happy for Courtney Hause? Let me know. And let's hope he goes and scores. And fond memories of Courtney Hause will be that he was part of the Championship winning playoff side and that bullet header at Old Trafford. If you know, you know. What a win that was. Big up to the chat. Big up to Vamos VJ in the house. Big up to the man with the golden gun. Big up to Farmy as well. As in it says, going to get to see my boys Rhett Forest at Villa Park. He is going to Villa Park. Farmy, as he said, 2 days left. Farmy. I hope you have a brilliant time, my friend. Crunchy is in the house. He says, Malen can't be doing enough in training if he can't put pressure on Watkins, who isn't playing as well. And Kevin is saying, Malen's going nowhere. Well, listen, we are going to get into that Donny Malen story because some news has broke out of him today, and that is the crunch story of it, because this is an interesting story. And I'm telling you now, though the source is not anywhere near the top tier, I think we're going to see something bizarre like this happen in the summer. I personally believe that Donny Malen is absolutely going to be on his way out of Aston Villa. And I've really sat back. When the story broke, I sat back and I thought, do you know what? I see where this is going. So let's just cut to the chase about Donny Malen. First of all, we signed him in January, of course, as a permanent player. This is before a Rashford or a Sensei walks through our door. Donny Malen signed as a permanent, and Villa fans were excited, but also intrigued to see what position this guy was going to fill. It also comes off the sense of where John Duran left Aston Villa, and we needed a replacement. So Donny comes in on a permanent, thinking, here we go, life's going to be cushy. Then the loan deals happen, Rashford and Asensio. Now, the biggest statement that Aston Villa have made this season, and I've banged on about this week after week, is they decided to leave Donyell Malen out of the Champions League squad. Donyell Malen cannot represent Aston Villa in the Champions League, even if he's fully fit, even if everyone else is injured, because he was certainly not registered. That is one of the biggest insults to a footballer. I've heard many of interviews about this. Rafael van der Vaart has gone absolutely ballistic about Donyell Malen not being represented for the Champions League and picked for Aston Villa. I've heard the likes of Rio Ferdinand, and I've heard the likes of course, as well, Owen Hargreaves saying the BT Sports studio, TNT studio, when Villa played, going, if I was him and I've just signed, I'd be knocking on the manager's door going, what the hell is going on? To leave Donyell Malen out of that Champions League squad was always going to be a recipe for disaster, and furthermore was always going to be hard to recover. No way, Jose, can you be happy as a player. Come on, people. Put yourselves in Donyell Malen's shoes. You don't get picked for the biggest club competition that Aston Villa are in, and 2 loan players come in ahead of you, and you've just signed. Surely, when you signed that deal, you were expecting to play Champions League football. So I want to know your thoughts on that one. And this is the story, and I'll show you the link in a second. Big up to my man, Farmitude. Farmitude. Member for 15 months, absolute legend, over a year now, well and truly in the AVFTS clan. Where can we watch the under-21s play? They are in, you can watch it on Villa TV if you have a package. I only want to see Malen leaving is we get a Sensei to stay. Rich ever said if it's to not to raise funds, if it's to raise funds for Rashford sign, then why not? Exactly that. And look, I'm going to show you now. I'm going to show you. And Kevin is saying that I'm totally wrong on this. Trust me. Well, listen. Let's put it this way, Kevin. Did you think Moussa Diaby would leave after 1 season? Because anything can happen now. Did you really think John Duran would leave in January? Anything can happen in this transfer business. And I'm going to come to this. This is what Unai Emery said. I'm going to get you the Unai Emery statement, what he says here. And this is exactly what Unai said before the international break. Okay, this is what Unai had to tell him before the international break. Villa boss Unai Emery put an arm around Donyell Malen before he left for international duty with the Netherlands earlier this month. I told him, I am happy with you. You have to focus on yourself to get better and adapt to everything. We need you ready to play. We need you ready to play. Now, chat, translate that to me. Because I see that as, hey, Donny, you're not actually adapting to how I want you to, so you need to hurry the pace up. You need to actually, get into the Villa way, my way, and we need you ready after this international break. Please come back with the right mentality, right attitude. But clearly, if a manager has to put an arm around you just before you go on international break, after just signing, confidence, fallouts, whatever. Read between the lines on that one. Because I'm telling you, it does not sit right with me. Donyell Malen, not being included in that Champions League squad, would send any player's head west. And second of all, I'm looking at the way Unai Emery said there before the international break, and I put it up again. He's basically having to put his arm around him. He's basically having to tell him to focus, get better and adapt. We need you ready to play. And I'm going, wow, strong words. Strong words. And then it goes from bad to worse. Donyell Malen misses a penalty from the Netherlands in their Nations League game. And yeah, it's one of those people. It's one of those where you look at and go, interesting. Now, why have I put it in the title, Donyell Malen Spurs? Well, this is the first rumour that's come about. And I'm telling you, this is not going to go away, people. This one's not going to go away. I'm convinced of it. And I just want to get your general feeling. And some people say, Josh, are absolutely bonkers. Of course he's not going. And look, let me just further back up the Rafael van der Vaart comments as well. Let me further back up the Rafael van der Vaart comments here. Rafael van der Vaart on Ian Matson making the wrong decision choosing Aston Villa. It's the same with Donyell Malen. They got him for 40 million euros, but he's not playing either. They haven't even registered him from the Champions League. There's a lot of animosity. And I am telling you, if I'm Donyell Malen's agent, I'm going through the roof. I'm going absolutely nuts. I'm going absolutely crazy. So, look, that is something to absolutely cast your eyes on. Rafael van der Vaart's been vocal. Unai Emery has put his arm around him and said, look, come on, bud, it's going to be all right. You don't do that to a new signing. It's very rare you do that to a new signing only a couple of months in, to almost have to cajole him to say it's going to be okay, but also to tell him to adapt. Now, this is the transfer rumour. And again, I've already said this. It is a very low credible source. It's a very, very low credible source. But I'm telling you, well, as soon as I saw it, I said, do you know what? I can see him leaving. I can see him leaving. So here it was reported today. And by the way, big up to everyone in the chat. Great to see so many of you in here. And I'm loving the interactions. I promise you I'm going to come to some of your comments on the Donyell Malen situation. So please do have your voice heard in the chat. I do not ignore you. I will put them up. I will acknowledge them. But while you're there, just check if you like the stream. Apparently, there's only 9 likes on the stream, and we've got 50 of you in here. That can't be right. So, mods, let's get these likes up. Big up to everyone. And please vocalize your opinions on Donyell Malen in the chat right now. And I will address the chat in a second. Let me just get the link and the article up. Okay? Let's get this link and article up. So, it says this. Tottenham Hotspur are interested in signing Donyell Malen. Aston Villa aren't against the idea of selling as long as the offer is attractive enough. And I think that's the key thing. Is the offer attractive enough? I personally think we cash in on Donyell Malen. I've said this for a long time. I promise you, there's someone called Michael Talks Football who covers a lot of European football, international football. He messaged me straight away and he said Donyell Malen is bang average. The signing is not that exciting. Don't get too excited about Donyell Malen. He's bang average. My problem with Donyell Malen is I have no idea what position he plays. I don't think Unai Emery does either. I do not believe Unai Emery knows where this guy plays. I do not believe Unai Emery knows where this guy plays, and I don't think Donyell Malen knows where he plays either. So let's put this straight. 25 million euros. If we can get 20 million for Donny Malen, I'm saying thank you, because again, someone tell me in the chat with chest what position Donyell Malen plays. Someone tell me in the chat. Someone tell me right now with facts, with chest, Donyell Malen's best position. So there we go. Let me know your thoughts on that one. Now the source, as I said, I would always do because I like to show the sources. Is a low credible source, but I'm not denying the fact that I think this link won't go away. Now it is from however you say that, fisherjez.net. Probably a terrible pronunciation there. And you've got to even translate it. So it's got 63,000 followers, and it's a page with all the transfer information and rumours for La Liga, Prem, League One, Bundesliga, Serie A, more. News, rumours, transfer analysis. Basically, they've tried to be a bit of an independent journalist, and they've bought themselves up. And they cover a lot of stories. Now, how many of these come off and are true? You have to wait and see. But a source is a source. You've got to do your research. Whether you trust it or not, it's completely up to you. Personally, Spurs, it's a type of Spurs signing for me. It's a type of Spurs signing, another Donyell Malen. Look at the when they got Mateus Tau. Look at the way they get a Brennan Johnson, a Richarlison. I just think Donyell Malen is that sort of player. And I think that actually, a team like Spurs, he would freaking suit. But look, as I said, the source isn't the greatest. But Donyell Malen to leave Aston Villa, I feel it, people. I actually feel that. I actually feel we could lose him in the summer because it's just not working. It's just not working. Let's be honest now. It's not working for him. And I just don't want to see, us waste time on a player. People keep saying, but we need to get game time. We need to get game time. We need to get minutes. No, people. We need our best starting 11 on the pitch. And we need the impact subs to do their part. And basically, we need to win trophies and get into a European spot. And if Donny Malen is not ready to do that, then Donny Malen cannot play. So there we go. So let me go to some of your comments then, because as I said, I do promise you that I was going to do that. And yeah. Big up to Richard Edwards, my hype man, always coming in clutch, supporting the channel on here and bigger. This guy's a real one. Big up to Richard Edwards, massive AVFTS clan legend. He's been a member now for 19 months, legend. And look, they must have signed him with the hopes of playing Champions League football for the following season. Exactly that. Look, Spicy said, if he demands to leave, I'd understand. I'd feel bad about the situation because he doesn't deserve to be treated that way. Exactly. Look, you signed for a team that's broken to the Champions League and you're a permanent signing. And by the way, that Aston Villa's main striker, John Duran's just left as well. Let's not forget to put that in the piece of the puzzle with this whole Malen situation. John Duran left, so Malen knew there was a spot for him to go and play. No way did he expect the Rashford and the Sensei to come in like that. But there you go. Kevin is saying, no, I didn't, but someone had to be left out of Champions League register. I think Emery knew. We wouldn't get Sensei without a Champions League promise. Simple as that. Just unfortunate for him. I'm going to beg to differ. I think 100% before he signed, there would have been talk about Champions League. Or he was just naive enough, as I said, to think, well, one in, one out. John Duran leaves, I come in. Simple as that. Big up to Les and Jamie. Look at the members coming in, loving the member stuff in today. Member for 19 months. Afternoon, Josh and Clan. Big up to Les and Jamie. Hope you're keeping well. But yeah, Jeffrey Bungle's not happy with Malen to maybe go and live in London. Exactly. Could happen. Crunchy says that Malen's unhappy that he's not playing Champions League football. What the hell would going to get Spurs not playing, getting Champions League? That is true, Crunchy, by the way. That's a very good point. If I'm going to really be real, I don't even think that the quality of football matters to him. If I was a player, it'd be a principal thing. If I'm Donny Malen, I'm sat there going, I'm not rated by the manager. That's how I'd sit there. I'd basically sit there and go, I'm not rated by this manager because he hasn't picked me for the best competition, the hardest competition. Simple as that. Out of principle, I'm going. Do you know what I mean? So there we go. Big up as well to Vamos VJ, Vamos. Big up the super chat, my guy. Always again another real one coming and supporting the channel. Appreciate it. And yeah, people are manifesting the likes. Look, we got, as I said, over 40 of you in it, and we're not even on 20 likes. Hit that thumbs up button, people, if you haven't already. Otherwise, the mods are going to start snapping at you, and you don't want angry mods. I'm telling you. We need to make a profit if we sell him. Otherwise, why do we bother buying him? Now, can we go to this? Has Monchi got a history of making mistakes? Who, chat, am I going to bring up? Another Monchi mistake similar to this. Who am I going to bring up that Monchi has done it already at Aston Villa? And he might do it again. I just think Monchi has a hit and miss record. You've got the hits on Asensio and Rashford, and then you've got the miss. And the player I'm saying, and if it came to your mind, is Jaden Philogene. Stinker. Stinker from Monchi and Unai to try and bring Philogene back. Just simply didn't work out. Simply a waste of resources. Simply a waste of a player. Did not work out. Absolute stinker from Monchi there. Donny Malen could be another stinker, in my opinion. Donny Malen could be another stinker. And look, Richard said he hasn't been given a chance to showcase what he's capable of. Completely agree on that. But unfortunately, Richard, and I think you'll probably agree with me on this, is that we're at the crunch end of the season now. We don't have time for people to have 6-7 games to bed themselves in. It's got to be now or never. And my argument to that is Marcus Rashford and Asensio have done that with ease, with absolute ease. And you know, I've watched Malen come off the bench. Yeah, it's been picky, it's been minutes. But the one start that Donny Malen did have, he flattered to deceive, didn't he? He really did. And second striker/winger, I just think that Malen is neither a winger nor a striker. He's a forward player, whatever that means. Spicy thought Donny was a backup to Bailey. That's what I meant. He's meant to be competing with Bailey for the right wing and backup for Watkins. But if you can't dismantle Bailey this season, then you must be seriously struggling, right? And it comes to the point of Morgan Rogers is basically claimed that right-hand side now as well. Do you know what I mean? There's no doubt about it. If you offered me Rashford or Malen, I'm taking Rashford all day long. I don't care if people are saying, oh, but we haven't seen enough of Rashford. We haven't seen enough of Rashford in a Villa shirt over time to judge. Look. At the end of the day, Rashford has done it for a few years in the Premier League. At least we know what Rashford is. A left winger by first trade, can play as a number 9 in a second trade. I'm just not sure. And honestly, I swear down, just like Everton fans said about Onana, got to get my Onana hint in there. I swear down, Borussia Dortmund fans, mixed reviews on Donny Malen. They basically said he wasn't even a starter for Dortmund. Non-starter for Dortmund. Okay. Interesting. So make up your mind on Donny, but I will not be surprised if I see this guy go. So there we go. That's my thoughts and feelings on that one. Is Malen weights high up? Can anyone answer that for Richard? Because I won't be able to, but does anyone know if it is? Les James said, they do indeed, my friend. They do indeed. I'm on cooking duties, though, my friend, so I won't be able to. But of course, chat and everyone who's here, we are going to be doing the watch along tomorrow for Aston Villa versus Brighton. If you level watch along, then get the notification bell on. I am, and let me know what you think, chat. I do want to run it across Big Up and YouTube, I think. But I've got to make sure we've got at least 25 of you over on the Big Up. So do we try and do the Big Up and YouTube, or do we just leave it on Big Up? Let me know your thoughts on that. But if you've got 2 devices, then you can have a phone on the Big Up and a device on the YouTube. That would be sensational, because we need to fill up the Big Up to keep it going as well. So, yeah, listen, watch along tomorrow for the Brighton 100%. Always 100% going to be on Big Up. But who wants to see the watch along on YouTube as well? And has got 2 devices to do both. But yeah, big up to you guys. Ask Watkins and Bailey from the summer. Keep Donny for now. Well, look, do we know if Watkins is off? That's another mystery, but it's a fair point from Seb, because if Watkins is off, maybe we do need Donny. Maybe Donny is seen as the signing for next season. It's a tough one. So let's go to some feel-good news, because that Donny Malen situation is interesting with the Spurs link, as I said. And look, we've got to make at least 25 million back on that. I'll take a 5 million loss on 20 mil, but we'll have to see. Right, here we go then. Feel-good story coming up for you now. Yes, Spicy, legend you are. And look, as I said, I know people miss the watch-alongs on the YouTube, but as I said, as long as we get, I'll read the Big Up chat on the computer. I can do the watch-along on my phone. As long as we get the man them over on the Big Up, then that's all that matters as well. And I'll try and give the people what they want. But look, feel good news. Tyrone Mings. Again, lots of positivity coming out of Villa, and this guy has been central to it. And we spoke a bit about Tyrone Mings last night at the Villa Park podcast. I'm going to come to this again. Tyrone Mings, I think everybody's aligned on that. It has to be a trophy. While in such amazing period and such a trajectory, we as players want to leave a legacy here, far beyond qualifying for the Champions League again. Boom! Mings is on my level. Mings is on my level. And I've been telling people this. And some people have been disagreeing with me, going, oh, but we're on the right trajectory, we're on the right path. And as soon as Newcastle won that Carabao Cup, I said Villa have to win a trophy this year or next year. I said that. And people can, and I haven't flip-flopped on this. As soon as Newcastle won that trophy, people will know that I've been saying we have to win a trophy this year or next. We can't be competitors anymore or competitors. We need to be winners. We have to change from competing to winning. And people are going, no, Josh, it's fine. As long as we're in competitions, as long as we're doing well, you've got to believe in this project. There's still a long way to go. Fine. But I've been reading between the lines of Unai Emery a lot. As I said, I love reading at comments. I love reading at Unai's interviews. I love taking snippets of players. This interview here from Tyrone Mings tells me everything I need to know. Aston Villa are not looking to compete anymore, people. And there are clearly the goals and ambitions of the playing staff and the coaches at Aston Villa Football Club and the hierarchy. Let's read this again. It's just that I think everybody's aligned on that. Winning, that is. It has, look at this line, it has to be a trophy. While in such an amazing period and such a trajectory, we as players want to leave a legacy here far beyond qualifying for the Champions League again. And basically what Mings is saying is screw this competing, screw this qualifying, screw this, nearly. Let's win now. Has to be a trophy. And this group of players is exactly the group of mentality players that I want at Aston Villa Football Club. Because when I see people like Mingsy say it has to be a trophy, I'm absolutely bloody buzzing about that. Because my man Mingsy knows. My man Mingsy knows what this is all about. So I'm buzzing with that. And he goes on to say another brilliant comment here, which I'm going to show you now. And big up to everyone in the chat. And who else has joined us? Meeks is in the house. He says, hi, all, one of our members. Says, sorry I'm late again. Meeks, no problem at all. You're here. That's all that matters. I've already got my Anana dig in, but big up to you. We're talking Tyrone Mings. If anyone's just coming in and wants to have their say on Donyell Malen, then please do obviously have an input on what you want to say about him. Spicy's loving the mic drop from Mings. Absolute beast. And Bongo Bongo says, surely we need Malen as backup for Watkins. Well, Rashford does that role now, I think, Bongo. I think we've actually just gone, look, Rashford at the moment can do that. But next season is all about logistical planning. If we do go get a 9, if we don't. If we sell Watkins, if we don't. Donyell Malen, though, as I said, even if we sell Watkins, Malen might go, what, am I still second fiddle? Well, I got left out of the Champions League squad, so it wouldn't surprise me. There must be such insecurity from that man. But yeah, Villaman Cloudy says, Malen is the Watkins replacement. I'm interested, boys. I'm interested. And ladies in the chat as well. Zach said, Malen had only one good season at Dortmund. I say we cash in to get. I'm with you, Zach. I'm with you on that one. He didn't even make the starting lineup most of this season prior to January. We haven't competed for anything since 195. Never really tried in any cup. And that's why Mings is absolutely bang on the money, saying it has to be a trophy. And loving the trajectory, but we have to go beyond just qualifying. This guy's a captain. This guy's always been my captain in my eyes. And I think absolute legend Tyrone Mings is. And 18 likes. Let's get it up. Let's get it up, people. We should be on 30 likes by now. Smash that thumbs up button if you haven't done so already. And of course, the second comment from Mings. Look at this one. The most important people we're doing it for are the fans, because there's a large proportion of our fan base that's never seen us win a trophy. And look, I'm going to say this right now. I'm not counting the playoff final as a trophy. So I am one of those fans. I am one of these fans who have not seen Villa win a trophy. So thank you, Mings. You know it. Let me know if you're also one of those fans. Have you seen Villa win a trophy from memory? I mean, if you're a young Todd and you don't remember it, then you probably don't. But yeah, let me know. And selfishly, I love this part. Selfishly, players also get the opportunity to become club legends and create a legacy. Mingsy wants legend status. Mingsy wants a statue. Mingsy wants to become a club legend. People, This guy, this guy is amazing. What a character Tyrone Mings is. His interview gets better and better and better. And all I can say on that matter is, Mingsy, go win us and you can have a statue. From being in the championship to winning a trophy with us will be absolutely poetic. And do you agree that actually, if Tyrone Mings does win a trophy at Villa, there will be cult hero status with Tyrone Mings? I think him and McGinn will be in that sort of, you know, bracket. Would you not say? Would you not say? But yeah, there's some big work, and so I'm interested. I'm interested to know what you guys think. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on the legend that is Tyrone Mings. Sorry, I was just trying to find the next article. Yeah, so let's get him a statue. Let's get him a trophy, and there we go. Carly said Malen needs a run on the team. To see what he can do, not just 10, 30 minutes off the bench occasionally, run a 5. But I'm going to ask you this, Villaman Cloudy. Who does he replace then for 5 or 6 consecutive games while we're in this incredibly tough running? Who does he replace? Who does he replace? So yeah, let me know on that one, Villaman Cloudy, because I'm interested. Not that I'm coming out, I'm interested to know where you see him get 5 or 6 starts. Who drops out? Because that's the problem I'm having. I can't find that person. I can't find that person. But there we go, and big up to Richard Edwards. And Spice says, get him to dusty old Spurs. Meet said, now, well done. I'm 30, so we've gone 29 years without a trophy. So yeah, it doesn't really count. I do not remember us obviously winning. So yeah, that's that one. Mings is the Robin Williams character in Dead Poets Society for Villa. My captain. He absolutely is my captain as well. Zach thinks we need to look at defensive problem that season. Winning the playoffs was basically coming third. Exactly that. But yeah, absolutely. If you have seen Villa win a trophy, then lucky you. If you haven't, like me, then this has got to be the year. And Mings has recognised that. Mings has genuinely recognised that and said, you know what? It's time to do it. So Villa Man Cloudy says he plays on the right side with Rodgers and Senso returning Cam. Simples. Wow. So no Ramsey or Rashford in yours, is it, Villa Man Cloudy? No Rashford or Ramsey. Just as I said, very interested. Always interested to see what people want to say or do. Quentin said, put him in for Ollie. Since Ollie needs incentive to put in a shift. He's great at running the line, but he's not clinical enough. Do you know what? I'm going to say this. I think we saw with Ollie Watkins that he doesn't like pressure. I think we saw with John Duran breathing down Ollie Watkins' neck that this guy simply cannot play with someone behind him saying, I'm ready to take the spot. I actually believe that now more than anything, that he does not like the pressure. And I think that he simply will be like, yo, just keep Donny Malen out my range. Let me do my thing. So no doubt about it. This is a massive, time for Ollie Watkins for the next couple of months. Because I do think he needs to score a few more goals. I think he needs to, basically keep away any threat or danger of, anyone taking his place, Rashford or Malen. And then if he wants to move to Arsenal need to see that he's good enough and what they need. If he wants to stay at Villa, we need to make sure we're happy for him. So do you know what I mean? How long would you extend Mings' contract for? 2 years for Tyrone Mings. And McGinn, pause on him is what I'm going to say. And that's it. Rashford left wing, Ollie up top, Malen right wing. Oh, sorry, I get what you mean. Rodgers and Senso swapping around. I mean, it's great options, Villaman Cloudy. It really is. It really is. So sorry for misreading that, Villaman Cloudy, but thanks for clarifying. So, yeah, big news really with Donny Malen. I think it's a watch your space situation, and really does impend on a lot of things. So yeah, I'm interested in your poll. As I said, there's 37 votes on that, and it's very mixed on the Donny Malen situation, which I'm intrigued on. But yeah, I'm going to ask you something else in a second, people, on a poll. And I'm just typing it now. There we go. Okay. Right, sorry, just put another poll which I want you to have a look at, and I'll come to that in a minute. Big up to Harry Wildman, set up the Villa. If Watkins goes, who do you think we would get to Zach? Number 9's the hardest position to find in world football, and that is why I'm going to say this with chest that we shall not sell Ollie Watkins, and we should not be selling Ollie Watkins. We have to hold on to a number 9. It's absolute gold dust. Look at clubs who are going to be twerking and fighting for Osherman and Gyökeres this summer. Watch the way in which Gyökeres and Osherman are going to be absolutely hounded for, because they're 9s. They're proper 9s, goal-scoring 9s, good all-round 9s. Look at the fuss of Erling Haaland being out injured for Man City and the impact that can have, because he's a proper 9. You know, proper 9s, goal-scoring 9s are a rare kettle of fish. I simply cannot see Ollie Watkins leaving Aston Villa because we need him more than you guys may think. So, yeah. Rashford don't want to play for his interest, and it shows that you don't refer to the team as them if they want to stay there. Dave, I've not seen that personally. I thought Rashford's been very positive in his interviews, but if he has dropped in them, then obviously interesting. Rashi, of course, if anyone wasn't aware, was watching the Aston Villa versus Manchester United Youth FA Cup game at Villa Park, which, of course, our villains got to the FA Cup final. Yeah, we're in an FA Cup final already with the under-18s. I absolutely love that. How do the League Europe places work this season? With Salah winning the league by himself and Liverpool coming second, do we get 5 Champions League spots? I think 5th place we're sort of saying is going to come to us in England with the coefficient, but we don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait on that one. But I'm hoping 5th place is enough. Yeah, I don't have my bell for any channel notifications annoying me, plus I'm on here every day to check. I appreciate that then, Villa man. Cloudy. But yeah, as I said, I have put a poll in there because the reason is, as I said, April, we are going to be flying with content. So if you do not have your notification bell turned on, then please do. I don't want you to miss these uploads. I'm trying to find the best slot for everyone for these evening chats. I absolutely love coming on here, whether it's waffling about a certain subject, whether we get sidetracked about something else, or whether we talk about some of the general news. I'm not a big of a fan, I'll be honest. I'm not a big of a fan of, match previews. I tried to do match previews. I'm not a fan of them. I'll be honest. I don't get that excited about match previews. I get excited about coming on here and just talking about what's going on at Villa. So it's sort of different to maybe some of the other channels, maybe a bit of waffle, but more about what you guys think and feel. So, yeah, I'm trying to find the prime time. I've been toying with 9, I've done 8, I've done 7. I keep flip-flopping around. I've tried 7 o'clock tonight. I actually quite like this 7 o'clock one. It's been a really good turnout. And that's what we're looking for, people to help grow the channel, find the best time, not just for myself, but for you guys, because you are the channel, not me. You are the channel. And that is why I said that I want to find the right time where everyone can come and have their say. But Michael said, I can't blame Rashford. Living in Barca or Brum is a bit of a no-brainer. That is true. Yeah, I think I like 7 as well, Richard. Not bad about Rashford as well. So be it if he not goes back. I like it, Kevin. Straight facts. Big up to Piotr as well. He's in here. And competition is healthy. Competition plays healthy, keeps players on their toes and stops complacency. I agree. You need competition to thrive. Hence why Villa have grown the squad that they have. Okay, one final piece of news on that. But yeah, if you do like the 7 o'clock, then do let me know. And I can try, as I said, and make this channel a 7 o'clock every night, live and direct channel of all things Aston Villa. Final piece of news. This one's going to help us for money reasons in the future. Rory Wilson. Rory Wilson has signed a new deal for Aston Villa and a contract extension to retain talent Rory Wilson, whose contract expires this summer. Agreement in place and completed. Why is this good piece of news? Well, not because he's never going to feature for Villa, because he won't, but because PSR, FFP, Rory Wilson, make me money. There we go. There's a little song, because that's what it is. That's simply what it is. It's a Louis Barry 2.0, but you want to get the young guns signed on over the dotted line, because when they eventually realise that they're not going to play for the Villa, we make money out of him. He's a hot prospect talent. Lots of clubs are looking at Rory Wilson. Lots of clubs want Rory Wilson. Lots of people are interested. We're going to snap him up for free, but Villa have got him locked in, tied down. I reckon he's got a nice, juicy contract as well. I think Villa know that. As well, that this guy's going to be going for a bit of bob, hence why they've probably pulled out all stocks to make sure he gets the thing done. So, yeah, that's very good news. Big up to Rory Wilson getting that contract extension. I'm happy for him. And yeah, he's one of the best that we've got in the academy at the moment. So yeah, happy days is all I'm going to say. And he's just come back from injury as well. So, that would be delightful news for him as well. If we don't sign Rashford Asensio, it would be Malen Ramsey last wing, Ollie up top. Yeah. If he stayed Bailey right wing and Rodgers Cam, which we prefer. That's the thing. I think that's why Asensio or Rashford are massive for the team for next season. We have to sign one of them because it does give us that bit more option, as you've said, Villa Cloudy, and I prefer your first option as such, definitely. And definitely Asensio scoring against PSG is written in stars. Yeah, Tyler Diblin, 100 million is an absolute scam in itself. So Mateus Cunha is also the other one. Let's not forget Mateus Cunha, 65 million pounds trigger to get him out of his contract. I think Villa might go for Cunha if Watkins leaves. I don't think Cunha to Villa is a dead ship at all. And I would love to see Mateus Cunha. I think he's a class baller. Too good for Wolves. Should be playing Champions League football. 100% should be playing Champions League football, Mateus Cunha. So there we go. But look, people, I appreciate you out here today. Those are the stories. Of course, we have Brighton tomorrow. I'm not going to say too much on the game apart from Villa must win. That's all I'm going to say. Villa must win. I'll paint the obvious. We've got a fully fit squad. We've got everyone available apart from Leon Bailey. Ross Barkley is back for selection. Leon Bailey isn't. So I'm interested to see who plays on the right. How much Unai Emery rotates against Brighton. Do you expect to see many changes from the Preston North End side at the weekend, chat? Do let me know. Personally, I think that, this is the day that we see Donny Malen start on the right-hand side, as there's no Leon Bailey. But wouldn't that be a blow if Malen doesn't start with no Bailey and he goes with like a John McGinn out there or a Rodgers? So I want to see how much he rotates. I want to see what the crack is with that. I also, as I said, believe that Villa have to win at the Amex to keep this pressure on. We have to go above Brighton. We have to start climbing that table. The European spot is there to be, and we still have a chance of Champions League football. And it's a massive game. And yeah, as I said, the content, I will be doing the watch-along. And yeah, who knows? I'll be doing on YouTube some sort of content tomorrow, whether it's a build-up stream, whether it is a full watch-along, but we'll definitely be doing the watch-along and Big Up. And if you guys want a dual watch-along, if you want it on Big Up and YouTube, then of course, make sure you come over and do it, and I'll be there for the vibes. And I appreciate everyone who signed up to the Big Up. It's going really well, really successful, and a great platform. And I love doing this Villa content on here now. So, Kevin says, if Malen doesn't start, I think the signs are bleak. Yeah, get those rumours going. Yeah, but we are going to be out of here. And yeah, we are going to be out of here, Richard, as well, because I'm going to get the football on. But yeah, listen, Villa, get the 3 points tomorrow. I can see it. I can see it happening. I believe in us, and I cannot wait for Premier League action. But yeah, we'll be around about 7 o'clock tomorrow. Do not miss it. And Sensei missing a City to win it after he's had 10 million pumped into his bank account from a anonymous donation, Villa Cloudy. But look, rounding up then, big up to Farmy, Richard Edwards, Les and Jamie, glorious members in the chat. And big up to my man, the Vamos the VJ, driving up those likes today. Look, do not leave this stream without liking it because Vamos VJ will not be happy. Don't want to see McGinn on the right. I'll absolutely cry about that as well. And big up, of course, to a lot of you. As I said, please get that notification bell turned on. Or if you can't like Villa Cloudy, that's fine. But at least give me that chance. Give that notification bell on. And if you like the 7 p.m. slot, let me know. Let me know either after this video or in the live chat right now. If you want the 7 p.m. slot, then I'm here for it. Look, you're legends. Thank you for being here. Thank you for everything you're doing. And you know what? It's been an absolute pleasure in that. Of course, Arsenal playing Fulham. We could do with Arsenal doing their thing, but, let's see what happens on that one. And, of course, I am going to do a little bit of that for that because why not? Because he's a bit of a legend and we help him out. So, yeah, 7 o'clock, ready to rock and roll. Premier League is back. Enjoy it. Big up to Richard Edwards, Villa Cloudy, Meeks in the house. Big up to Kevin, to, of course, Crunchy Nut, Big up to Piotr, Michael Dimmock, Dave K, Zach, Harry Wildman, Bongo Bongo, anyone else who's been in the chat, Vamos the VJ, Daniel Bate as well, who's been in here, one of our members. Big up to everyone. Big up to my mum. Big up to my dad. Big up to the clan. Big up to Heidi. Big up to everyone. We're out of here. I'm out of here. See you tomorrow. Up the bloody Villa. Let's go get 3 points. Get on the AVFTS hype train. We're out of here. And I'll be redirecting you to Man City. And if you can, on your redirect, put up the Villa. Put up the Villa. You're going to get redirected to Daps, who's a Man City fan. Put up the Villa. Put up the Villa in his chat. I'm going to go over and I'm going to look at his chat. Put up the Villa or Villa are coming for City. And big up to the big up. You the man, Les and Jamie. Big up to you. I'm out of here. Ta-da.